Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me again today. This is your host, idjester, and we are bringing you a brand new, very exciting 4th edition campaign. This is with Fantasy Grounds, the awesome virtual tabletop software that you can get information about at their website. You can also download and purchase it at Steam. It's really good to be able to play all kinds of different RPG kind of games online with your friends and people you don't even know. As a matter of fact, I had set up a game on Fantasy Grounds a couple weeks ago, and tonight is going to be starting our Monday adventures in Dungeons and Dragons with the 4th edition. Joining me tonight, we have Justin, Adam, Shane, and Jeremy. Welcome, one and all. How are you doing tonight?
Good.
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 Great.
You?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I am so excited. It's been a while since we played 4th edition. As a matter of fact, I uploaded the video earlier today. Just a basic overview for you guys if you're not familiar with 4th edition, rule-wise or whatever. And for anybody that's going to be watching this series throughout, kind of explaining how 4th edition works and some of the differences between 3.5 edition and 4th edition, and basically how it incorporates things in Fantasy Grounds. So when they bring up character sheets or bring up monsters, and they can see what I'm doing on my end, they can kind of get an understanding of how 4th edition works in Fantasy Grounds. As all it's you at home and our players can see, we've just got some generic tokens out here representing our wonderful characters, and we're going to get some introductions done right away here. Justin, good evening to you, sir. How are you? Welcome to the 4th edition campaign.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Hey, why don't you just give us a bit of background on your character here? What's your class and race you're playing?
My race is I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's half undead, half human. And my class is a hexblade. I mean, my race is half human, half
You're
undead.
Valorki.
Valorca, something along those lines.
Valorca. Yep, Valorca Hexblade. All right. And she is a female, I take it.
Yep.
All right. Why don't you just give us 3 words that might describe your character for maybe either fellow players and for us out here, just interested to find out what Neversense, what motivates Neversense.
Neviserts is motivated by just basically adventuring and finding what she can find out using magic, which develops into weaponry.
Excellent. So, any other words describing her that we should know about?
Deceitful.
Deceitful. Excellent. All right. Well, welcome, Justin. Adam, how are you doing tonight?
Good.
Glad to
be
hear. Where are you from, Adam?
Toronto.
Toronto. Okay. You had a little accent. I was just wondering where you were from.
Yeah,
Well,
Canada.
welcome. Canada is represented here. It's actually in my Tuesday night game. 5 players in that campaign, and 2 of them are from Canada. So Canada is well represented. Excellent. Adam, what are you going to be playing tonight?
Human hybrid rogue cleric.
All right. So this will be your character here. This token. I've got them kind of blown up so everybody can see how awesome everybody looks. Give us some words to describe your character.
Explorer. Mm, see, athletic. Just a rogue type character. Likes his loot and his adventure.
All right. Excellent. As I mentioned to the players earlier, I just want to get some basic understanding of their characters, just so we can kind of match some voices with portrait and some characters. And as the characters progress through the story, as they progress through the campaign, we're going to learn more about what they like, what they don't like, their feelings, their thoughts as they role play certain situations out. And this way, as the characters learn and develop and level up throughout the campaign, we also get to learn and develop about that character. I don't like to know everything right off the bat about each character. I want to know just a little bit to make me find out what's going to happen with this character as we progress through this story. So brings up some really good role-playing opportunities later on. Well, welcome again, once again, Adam. Shane, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good.
And who are you playing tonight, Shane?
I am playing Seraph, a Wilden Druid.
Wild and Druid. So this one down in the bottom right-hand corner is going to be the Wild and Druid. So what do we know about Sir Alf? Alf.
Seraph is outspoken, mischievous, and maybe a little bit crazy.
Okay.
Too much time alone in the forest.
Ah, there you go. Excellent. Well, that's very interesting that we've got some really unique and different characters right off the bat. We've got some characters that we are going to be playing in the Forgotten Realms, so all of these characters obviously are represented throughout the lands of Faerun, but obviously some of them aren't as popular as, say, the elves and the dwarves and the humans. So we're going to have definitely some opportunities for the fact that some of you are not actually a very common race to come into play later on. Jeremy, good evening to you, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
I'm doing great. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your character? Who are you playing tonight?
I'm playing Mardus Splendarson, and he is a genocide who was raised by dwarves.
A genocide who was raised by dwarf, another non-common race. This is going to be quite interesting how you guys plan on dealing with other NPC characters that are totally freaked out about your looks and your non-commonness. So that should be interesting. Why don't you tell us three things about Mardus that we should know?
The three-word thing would be rediscovering dwarven runes.
Rediscovering Dwarven runes. Aha, that's like his mission in life. This is his goals.
Yeah, rediscovering those runes for the betterment and the advancement of the dwarven people in Faerun.
Excellent. All right. Well, it sounds very interesting. You all have very interesting characters, so we're going to get right into it here. For those of you at home that don't know, I've actually resized my desktop here. You can see this right-hand corner. I'm just going to bring it over to my other screen here, so that gives me a little bit more room so that I can pull up some of the story information, such as what you're seeing on my screen right now. For you players, obviously can't see this information because it's hidden from you. And basically, I've just taken this kind of start to the campaign out of one of the magazines, Dungeon magazines, and kind of incorporated it into a story for the players to play through, at least the beginning part of their adventure here. And so we're going to be using this as we progress through the start of this campaign. Oops, I need to kind of minimize some stuff to get it out of the way. Alright guys, and for you at home, we'll probably play for about 35-45 minutes, and we'll take probably about a 5-minute break. I'll put a cut in the video, and then we'll go ahead and pick up for after that, and probably play till in between 10:30 and 11 o'clock. Usually I find a nice stopping point. I don't like to stop in the middle of combat, so I like to get everything completed and then find a good stopping point. Does anybody have any time they have to be gone by or anything like that? Anybody have any time restrictions?
Nope.
Cool.
Just
Excellent.
over, I don't know, 2 hours and a bit here. 11 o'clock, I guess, Eastern.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to end between 10:30 and 11, so we shouldn't, hopefully we shouldn't run into any issues there. All right, so for whatever your background, for whatever your reasons, for whatever the history is of your character, you've come to a city, a little town out in the middle of basically nowhere, known as, I'm going to bring it up here and bring you a brand new map, which I will share with you all. You guys should see a new map, yes?
Yep.
All right. It might take you a few minutes to load, but you guys should be getting it here. So this little village here, basically out in the middle of nowhere, the name of it is DuPont. It's a human-run civilized village, like I mentioned, out kind of in the middle of nowhere. And for whatever your reasons, either trying to start a new life or looking for the dwarven runes or whatever your background is, you end up coming to this town here, and you start taking a few odd jobs here and there, protecting some merchants. For your thieves out there, you might be looking for a nice thieves guild to join. Maybe you've run across a few people that get you started in burglary around the town and trying to work your way into the thieves guild. It's probably around, I would say just a couple thousand people. It's not a very big village, but it is walled because, like most of Faerun, if you're not in a civilized land, you're basically out in the middle of nowhere, and you have no resources, no one to rely on other than what's ever inside your walled location. There are a few interesting things. There's a church. There's some. The Chapel of Peace is located in number 3, which is over here in the kind of the right-hand side. I can actually draw, I believe, on this map. Yes. So there's a church kind of over here, known as the Chapel of Peace. You have a general store, which is located in number 4, where I'm circling here. You have a town square, which is basically over here and kind of in the middle of town. You have the town armory, which is kind of located down here. You have a graveyard, which is located obviously right here. This kind of big location over here in the top top right-hand corner. Apologize. And then there is right in kind of in the middle of the town is a big mansion. They call it the ladies' house. Kind of one of the important ladies of the town kind of owns that mansion. And
Hello.
you, yes. Hello.
Hello. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, hang on a second, folks. I'm going to put this recording on pause as we get our new player into the game. We'll be back in just a second. All right, folks, sorry about that. We had a player that just arrived a little bit late. Nate, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I was eager to join you.
Yeah, absolutely. We were waiting for you to join, so we are very excited to have you join us. Apologize you missed the other characters' introductions, but let's go ahead and introduce your character. Who are you going to be playing this evening?
Nivea is a wizard, and what to say about him? He's quite young to be a wizard. He's quite gifted, a bit arrogant, very very fatherly with other people, both trying to help and trying to show he knows more. So that's pretty much him.
All right.
It's like your father on a leash.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, welcome, Nate. We're going to be I'll rehash just a little bit since you had missed kind of the last introduction. So for whatever your character's backgrounds and needs and for reasons, your character is currently located. Oops, did not mean to do that. Apologize, guys. I meant to go back just to normal view. There we go. It's giving me the eraser. I don't want the eraser. I want just normal mode. That's fine. So you are in the city, the little town, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, actually, called DuPont. It's a walled village run by the humans, and the There are other races currently in the city. You see some elves, you see some dwarves, you see some halflings. Occasionally, you see a Goliath here or there. You see a Wildin here and there, but they're not very. The kind of the minor races aren't well represented in the city actually. Mostly humans, about 60% humans. There's a mountain range kind of close nearby, so there's about 10% dwarves, and I would say about 20% of the other races just kind of intermixed in there. It is a walled village. As you can see, nice heavy walls. There are guards that patrol the walls. You do see guards just walking around the city and kind of, just making sure nobody's up to anything and just trying to keep the peace. You do see the map, yes? The city
Yep.
map?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure because you came in late if you saw it or not. And just to kind of go over the features again, number 3 over here, we're kind of in the 3 o'clock position is the Chapel of Peace. Number 4 over here is the general store. Number 5, the town square, is located here. Number 6 is the armory, which is located down here. Number 7 is the graveyard up in the top right-hand corner. And there's a
I
big.
don't follow you for the numbers, though. Where are they?
Let me go back to my pen here. So I'll put an X through it. Number 3 there. Do you see where I just drew an X on the map?
I see a few circles.
Bottom right corner. Kind of.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm going to draw an
Yes.
arrow for you now. Right there. That's
Yes.
the Chapel of Peace. I will draw another arrow.
Okay.
Right
Yep.
there. Number 4 is the general store. Number 5, the new arrow I just drew, is the town square. Number 6, down here by the river, by the bridge coming across, is the armory, kind of where the guards hang out. Number 7 is the graveyard, kind of a big graveyard, top right-hand corner. And this building here, kind of in the middle, is the big mansion, the lady's house. Okay?
Okay.
I can actually just, I see. To erase things, I can just draw a big circle on it. There we go. Okay, so for basically what I was saying, for whatever reason, you're kind of been in this city for a couple weeks now, just making your way, taking some odd jobs, just learning the lay of the land, just learning a few people. And a big storm comes in, and people start taking refuge. And you guys take refuge over here in the big inn right here in the bottom right-hand corner. This inn here is known as the Old Owl Inn. And it's kind of been your home for the last couple weeks as you make your way. And you know that it is actually run by an owner. The owner is a lady by the name of Tilda. And she's kind of an older lady, and you kind of hear the story that basically her husband got killed by some bandits and kind of left her the inn, and so she's been kind of running it ever since he has died. And you've also met Harold the barkeep. He's been the guy kind of working the bars, trying to take care of whatever you guys have needed and such. This day actually ends up being quite a stormy and blustery event that's coming in, and so you guys kind of take refuge inside of the Old Owl Inn. So I'm going to load up a new map for you guys so you guys can see what the Old Owl Inn looks like. How's that sound? All right.
Excellent.
If I can find the link, where is the link to the inn? Here it is. Alright. And so I'm just going to place your tokens on the map here. You guys should see yourselves popping in there. You guys see yourselves okay?
I didn't get.
I still have the city map.
still waiting on the map.
Yep.
Same.
I got to share it. I apologize. I have to actually send it out to you
There we
guys.
go.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah,
Anytime you don't see anything, let me know, because I probably forgot to do it on my end. So apologize in advance for that. But like I said, we'll work through these issues. Everything will start going along a lot faster and smoother once we've done this a couple times. So this kind of older lady, kind of in the middle of the map, I'm kind of moving her around. This is Tilda. And like I mentioned, she's the owner of the Old Owl Inn. And very nice lady, kind of older lady. Does a lot of work for herself. You know, she's definitely starting to show her age just because she works long hours. She doesn't have much staff. She's just, trying to make a living as best she can. Make a few bucks whenever she can. And just, try to make her way the best way she can. This here, behind the bar over here, is Harold. And like I mentioned, he is he's the barkeep. Basically does everything that needs to be done around here that Lady Tilda can't do. You've also met occasionally the brother and sister, two dwarves here. Their names escape me right this second, but I will get them for you. Grimbold and no, let me. I'm sorry. The dwarves' names are Katha and Kildra, and they're siblings. Identical twins, other than one's a male, one's a female. And you've talked to them the last couple of days. They're kind of wanderers. They wandered into town. Real nice people. They were looking to go to the dwarven village eventually. They got a job in the town and were kind of working around the town for a little bit. And like I mentioned, you kind of just talk with them, seen them in the inn for a couple of days. Once they complete this job, they're going to head over to the dwarven village, located about 20 miles to southwest in the town. You also met down here in the bottom a kind of a older scholarly fella, an elf by the name of Nithar. And his halfling, basically his halfling servant, named what is his name? There's a lot of characters to start this off. That is just, wow. Sorry, I apologize. I'm looking to, because it's probably going to matter later because I'll use the wrong name and I'll be like, oh no, that was his name after all. Well, I'll tell you here as soon as I find it. Anyways, he's got a halfling servant. He basically, when this guy wants something to drink, the little halfling comes over to the bar. He does, runs all his errands. This guy down here, kind of in the corner, you can see he's a scholarly kind of guy, always having maps out, The way he talks is very sophisticated. He's obviously been educated in some of the colleges. You've seen him do some just minor magical illusion type things, casting, a light spell and things like that. So he's got some kind of magical powers to him. And they obviously all happen to be in here the night the storm starts. So what do you guys? What do you guys? Oh, and I'm sorry. In the middle is this guy that I'm moving kind of currently here is one of the guards. You've kind of met him. He kind of comes in, has
We need
a.
to share a couple. I only have 4 other people than us.
Okay, who do you not see?
I see the 2 next to the bar. I see Harold, the barkeeper. Then I see a guy in the middle of the room.
Okay, do you guys not see the guys down in the bottom?
I see,
I
the
see
two
all
on the
of
bottom left.
It's
See
only
everything.
for him. We see the others see them.
Hmm. I'm not sure how I can share them.
Are you zoomed in too much? Do you need to zoom out in the map?
No, I'm all the way zoomed out. Because other than us, I only see 4 people.
So you see, basically, you see the 4 that I just moved in the top left-hand corner.
I see. I haven't seen. I don't know if it's just going slow because of my internet connection, but I see the twins. I think you called them, the barkeeper, and the one in the middle of the room with like.
Okay, so you don't see the
Fancy.
old lady either.
Nope.
All right.
Actually, I don't see the old lady or the female dwarf. I see one of the dwarves.
That's
The
a
map
little.
was really low to load for me, so we might want to wait a bit before we worry.
Let me share the screen again. If you've got that map open, why don't you close it out? And I am getting the spider web in the corner. Is somebody still downloading it?
Yeah, they're probably still loading. Mine's good. It took a while.
Yeah, it took a long time before the bar actually showed up.
Yeah, I took a while to get the maps, but I got the tokens almost instantly. Wow, except
Yeah.
for, like I say, the 2 that aren't showing. But
All right, let me close that map and bring it back up then and see if that makes any difference. This is the old outland, yes. And is there like a force sync? Here's a sync client view. Let me click that and see if that helps anybody. See if I can sync your view to it. Preload image. Anybody get?
Yeah, I got rid of mine and it just popped up instantly when you did that.
All right, do you see all the tokens now?
Yeah, I always did, but I'm saying I closed mine and it worked
Right.
for me just now.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 tokens. That's fine. It's
not a big deal.
yeah, we're not gonna really have to worry about this. This is more of a just to have people interact with NPCs and talk and do whatever you want to do. Kind of, to get things started here. So whether you got the icons or not, like I mentioned, it doesn't really matter. We'll just go ahead and start. So there's some text I put in the chat window there. So shortly after dark, the rain starts to let up and the winds start rising outside. It rattles the window panes and moans eerily in the chimney. The common room begins to empty as the locals finish their ale and make their way back to their homes. Soon the only people remaining in the old alley common room are a couple of dwarven travelers, a dark-haired young man in robes of a scholar and his halfling servant, a burly guard in a brown cloak, the barkeep, a gray-bearded old man, and the old owl's proprietress, a stout woman of middle years who introduced herself as Gilda Greenfield when you look for lodging for the night. Obviously, we'll have to append some of that to kind of fit the backstory here. So you've kind of got your room and board here with Gilda, and um, the guard here, kind of in the middle of the room, real nice guy that you've met. He finishes his last ale, and he tells Tilda that he's headed out. Think it's best to be on my way. He's going to make his rounds for the evening. And at that point, take care of yourself, Grimbold. Tilda replies, "We'll shut the tap early, I think. It's no good. It's not a good night for folks to be out and about." One of the dwarves yells over, "Aye, but why is that?" "Because ghosts walk abroad on nights such as this, friend," the guard answers. "Oh, the young scholar, that interests him. Could the ghosts of Everard be among them?" he asks. Grimbold replies, "Some say you might know more about this than I do." "Hush, both of you," says Tilda. "That name better left unspoken." So you hear kind of overhear this conversation of them talking about ghosts that come in the middle of the night. So what would you guys like to do?
Valkyrin would like to ask, who is this Avard, the ghost? Ask the scholar.
Ask the scholar about the ghosts.
Oh, he was the one who mentioned his name. So.
Yep. Okay. Very well, friend, he kind of says. And so he basically gives you this information down here. Everard was a powerful wizard who disappeared about 50 years ago. His specialty was magic infused with the power of shadows, and he devised several new spells. Perhaps you've heard of Everard's black technicals? He asks you. I've been trying to piece together the story of his adventure for years, and the trail has led me here. I never expected to find his tomb in a forgotten little town like DuPont. Now I can find in this end of the story, and between you and me, leave this backwater town. That's what he says to you. Valkyrie?
Did you see his ghost?
He says, "No, I've never got that close to finding anyone's ghost. If only I could. Have you?" he asks.
No, I haven't, but did you get into his tomb?
"No, I can't find his tomb. I know not where it is."
What led you to this town? What was that you tracked down?
Just rumors and speculations from other people in different towns.
Well, if you find that tomb and you need help, let me know.
And the little halfling kind of steps up on the chair next, why don't you bring your characters over if you're talking with them? Oh, yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter because some people can't actually see it, but halfling kind of steps up on the stool and says, "Yes, we would more than love to find his tomb and be able to complete my master's story here." And basically, as you're talking, the lady at the inn, she's coming by asking everybody if if they want anything to drink, if they're you need anything to
I'd like
eat.
to ask her if there are any local legends that might involve Evard.
Let's see. What does she have to say about this? She basically says, exactly. She says this. She basically, never mind that talk. There's no need to be getting everybody all riled up. There's no ghosts. There's nothing weird like that. People just want to make their own legends and make up their own stories. You know how people are. She'll have none of it, basically. She can...
You don't sound very convincing.
I don't know what to tell you, sir. I have nothing. I could care less about ghosts and ghost stories, especially on a night like tonight.
What about you, Harold?
In
The
fact-
barkeep always knows
In
everything.
fact, this kind of gentleman, kind of in the middle of the town, he pipes in and hears you guys talking and says, "I've seen some strange thing, but DuPont's a quiet enough town, and we like it that way." He kind of introduces himself as the Marshal Grimbold. He's the kind of the captain of the guards. And I can assure you, we don't have any of that kind of business here in my town. What goes outside, what goes on past these walls, I don't know. But in my town, we don't have any of that kind of business.
Has there ever been any stories about ghosts outside of town?
At that point, the ghost, the dwarf up in the corner there, he yells down, "Ghosts? Ah, nothing but superstition. Stupid fools. Have a drink and relax." And you hear the shutters kind of blowing in the wind and the leaves rattling the tree limbs and everything outside. I can't play you sound effects. I'm sorry. I apologize. That would be so cool, right? So yeah, obviously there's some people that obviously believe some of the stories, and there's other people that they just you try and talk to them a little bit. Why don't since you've spent some time kind of interacting with some of the PCs and or some of the NPCs and talking to them, give me a insight check to see if you can learn anything from anything other than what we've already mentioned and talked about. So if you just open up your character and go down to the third tab, you'll see your skills. You can just find the Insight one all the way on the far right-hand corner and just drag that dice and drop it in the little tray over here on the left-hand side.
Okay, so you don't. Yeah, I don't see a dice tower, so you don't want these to
There's
be.
no dice tower for me either.
Nope, just go ahead and put them in there. I think
If you
they're-
grab the plus modifier from the total column on your skills page, it'll do it as an insight check. Just grab the number like the +3 for mine was.
Yeah,
Right.
You can
let's
just
drag it
double
over.
click it and it'll roll it for you.
There you go.
I know that. Let me go into the options here. I thought it was in the options where you could set up the dice tower. Yeah, there it is.
I
All
believe
right.
it is. Yeah.
Yep.
You can
Sometimes
grab
you
almost
don't wanna
anything to
know.
roll.
You don't want the player to know how well they rolled.
Right, right. So do you guys see a dice tower now?
I see the dice tower now.
All right.
And to do that,
What's the
that
dice tower?
+2, it's in the bottom right of your screen. It should be next to you may have to move the map out of the way.
Looks like a brown
Oh,
tower. Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of like how you said you clicked on that and drug it over to the left and rolled it in the chat box, you just take it you drag it, you click on it and drag it over to the tower, and it'll roll like that in the shadow.
Oh, okay. So that way we don't know, like you say, Justin rolled a natural 20, so we don't know that
Yeah.
we're not
Mhm.
full of it.
I'll say.
Correct.
I'll say. You think you know nothing, and then you know, or yeah, you don't think there's a trap there, and then
Yeah.
blam.
Oops. That's handy.
So I'm going to actually I don't need to drag it over there. So Valkyrie, being the very sneaky, streetwise person that he is, knows how to manipulate people and get some information on just by talking with just others and the people here. You kind of learn this information as well. About 40, 50 years back, a wizard named Valterin lived there in DuPont. His rival was Everard, a notorious fellow as wizards go, came to DuPont to destroy him. They fought one night with black magic and left the old monastery in ruins with their spells. Valterin was never seen again after that night, but the friars found Everard dead in the wreckage and buried him in the town graveyard.
So, where are the ruins of this old monastery located?
Well, those would be in the graveyard as well. You also, Nervous Sense had talked to the barkeep Harold there. Kind of got a little bit of information as well that every now and then on cold autumn nights people see things around the town. A pale specter that freezes their hearts with dread and despair. Tree branches that seem to reach out or black shadows that fall where they shouldn't fall. Some people have even had terrible frightened or have been terribly frightened, but no one's ever been hurt. Nothing probably to it though.
Sounds like fun.
Absolutely.
Sounds like we should go investigate, see what's going on outdoors.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, they say. Well, it's getting really late and the things start to wind down in the evening. And where is it? Here it is. I thought there was a. So basically, I'll just draw for you here. So there's a stairs going upwards here. You see the arrow pointing upwards. And there's basically like a second level, and the second level's got like a main hallway, and there's rooms on it. And that's where your guys' rooms and the dwarves' rooms, and so you guys make your way up to your rooms. And again, it's a cold, dark, winter's evening. The rain's coming down and the wind's blowing and howling, and everybody's been talking about ghosts and getting everybody all riled up for whatever reason. And now nobody can see anything. There we go. And so you finally decide to head to bed. And sleep doesn't come easy in the beginning. You're kind of up. Thinking about all these ghost stories and all this rumors about shadows walking in the night and specters' eyes staring down people and terrifying them, and it just makes you think, wow, this is just crazy. When you finally fall asleep sometime during the middle of the night, up in your guys' rooms, and you're making yourself nice, sound asleep, and in the middle of the night. Hello? Why can't I add that?
Oh, it's working.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's working. It's there.
Oh, I scrolled up. I'm sorry. Apologize. Yeah, I scrolled up and I didn't see it. In the middle of the night, a powerful sensation rouses you. It feels like you're being watched in multiple directions without the ability to orientate yourself. Nothing in the room is missing, but furnishings are subtly out of place. The air is very cold. You can see your breath come out. The walls have gone slightly askew. Candles and lamps are strangely dimly lit, and the shadows press in on you from all different sizes. And basically it rouses you up, and you're kind of look around and you're checking things out, and it's like, wow, maybe these ghost stories, I can't, maybe it's just because I'm just all that talk of ghosts and everything, oh my gosh, it's just making me go, just my mind is going crazy. It's making me think things that aren't true. So you almost lay your head back down on your pillow to go back to sleep, and you start almost dozing back to sleep, and about 5 minutes later you hear a scream of terror erupt as the inn's common room coming from downstairs. You hear this loud crackling sound and something breaking downstairs and a loud scream. So what I would like you to do is for everyone to roll initiative for me. And based on your... Oh, it automatically does it for me. Good.
There's it.
Yep. And if you have any problems with that, just let me know and I can help you.
Where is initiative?
It'll be on your main tab in the bottom right on the character sheet.
Yep, but just so you know, guys, you can change the color of your dice. Just go up to the top right-hand corner. You'll see what looks like a painter's tab. And you can click on that, and you can change the color of your dice. That way, if everybody has a different color, it's much more interesting to see who's doing what. You can obviously click on the different colors, the blue, the green, the red. And, of course, the one that says the T button, you can actually have white lettering or black lettering. So why don't you guys go ahead and spend just a few minutes getting some nice color dice. And I'm going to go ahead and, folks, bring this episode to a close. So why don't you just come back for the next episode and we find out what our brave adventurers have gotten themselves into here as they hear some scratching and something breaking downstairs, and all of a sudden a loud scream in the middle of the night coming from downstairs. So we'll pick that up here in just a minute, folks. So watch for episode 2 to come. This is idjester signing off. Thanks for watching our 4th edition campaign.